Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're all doing well. As always guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the web section of their website, where you can purchase some very nice retro gear, including the ones that you can see from the icon that's up here, along with Admiral and Umbro Clout and Blue track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out. Any purchases made through that link in the description below, doesn't have to be West Ham stuff, there's loads of other teams in there as well. The commission that the channel would normally be getting, I'll be then sending directly through to Iron Supporting Food Banks, the charity that are helping those in the Newham area that are very, very hard up for food, quite frankly. So as always guys, let's jump into the chat, see if anyone's around. Nope, it only looks like Rick's talking at the minute. Good evening Rick, hope you're alright mate. So, interesting, doing a bit of research, because as you know guys, I like to try and do a bit of I like to have try and have a little bit of you know, what happened on this day in various times. And yeah, you know, it's interesting. On this day in 1999 I should say, we signed the legendary Paolo Di Canio from Sheffield Wednesday, the very, very talented Marc-Vivien Foyer from Lens, and the mental Jimmy Bullard from Gravesend. And of course, as we know, we've got the FA Cup fixture fifth round coming up against Man United away in a few weeks' time. And of course, the legendary Paolo Di Canio with his goal against Barthez. Apparently, everyone thought he was offside. You know, that was fantastic. You know, and so, are all the omens there? Are all the omens there again to say that we will smash Man United again in the FA Cup? We'll only have to wait and see, of course. Andy Miles is in the group. Hello, mate. Oi, oi. Nice to see you. Gary, good evening, fella. Hope you're all right. Rhonda and Tony. Morning, John. The double save by Fab was massive. Agreed, Tony. 100%. Hey up, Kent. Hope you're keeping all right. Evening, Tommy. Hope you're good, man. Regal C, ain't seen you for a while. Lamps obviously has a West Ham connection. How do you guys feel about his sacking? We'll come on to that in a little bit. But guys, as it's been a couple of weeks, with the exception of the majority of you that are watching, been watching West Ham, you know, just smash it over the last 3 to 4 weeks. What else have you guys been watching or listening to over the last couple of weeks to keep yourself sane? I've been re-watching The Good Life. Love that TV series. Reminds me a lot of where I used to live, back in Surbiton. Not all of it was like that, but you know, there's a fair chunk of it. Also, I've been watching the latest series 2 of Netflix's Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. Really, really good. Really, really happy with a really good series. Very, very good series with that. So guys, yeah, let us know what you've been watching or listening to. I've been listening to a bit more AC/DC recently, which has been good fun. You know, it's fantastic to have on that. Now, as you probably would have seen over the last few hours, Boris Johnson is saying that they're not looking to reopen the schools until about the 8th of March at the earliest. So this is going to be an interesting one. Really going to be an interesting one to see. You know, we are going to be in lockdown for 12 months minimum by the looks of this, unfortunately. You know, it's already 10 months as it stands. Just over 10 months as it stands. Regal C says, I'm re-watching the original series of Veep. Very good programme. Nice choice, mate. Nice choice. Mick, hello guys. Hope you're alright. Kieran, hello mate. Good morning. Gary Page has been listening to Gary Barlow crooner sessions. Don't know why. He's a talented musician. He's not a great singer, but he's a talented musician. Kent says he's been watching a lot of West Ham fan channels. Totally understandable. But yeah, as I said, you know, we're not looking like we're going to be going back anytime soon to football or the pub or restaurants for that matter. So it's going to be a long, long time. Andy Miles says, yeah, I've been watching that myself, mate. Been watching A Perfect Planet and like Kent, a lot of West Ham fan channels. Perfect Planet. I've got through 3 or 4 episodes of that so far. Very, very happy. Very, very good. Very, very good program. Very good. Again, highlighting how fucked up this planet is and how we're really screwing things up. Peach is in. Hello, guys. Jazz, hello, mate. I had the virus after Christmas. Okay now, thank God. Thank you. I'm very glad to hear that, Jazz. I hope you're keeping okay after that. Been watching Serpent on BBC, Downton Abbey again, and Benidorm. Very funny. Yep. First few series of Benidorm I really like, but it's got a bit stale and boring after like 4th or 5th season series, which a lot of sitcoms do, to be fair. Tommy says lots of football on at the moment, thankfully. Yep. Tony says I've been watched AC/DC live many times as a young man when they were just a pub band. Showing your age there, dear boy. Showing your age. Andy Miles says David Attenborough chills me out for work on Monday. He does, man. His voice, love his voice. Love his, always have done. Wrigglesy also highly recommend WandaVision on Disney Plus. Fair and dues. Jazz says true. Benidorm was crap after Series 7. Yeah, it got a bit stale. Got some good comedy actors in there to try and liven it up, but yeah, a little bit stale. Lawrence, good evening, mate. Anybody miss not having a moan about the club lately? Well, we've still got plenty to moan about, mate. This is the problem, which again we'll come on to in a little while. But guys, I don't know if you've heard this. I've had a look on transfermarket.co.uk because they're really good with a lot of details about what's likely and what's not likely. And according to them, Matthew Bondswell, 18-year-old left back who plays for Rasenballsport Leipzig under 19s or RB Leipzig under 19s, is 98% likely. So that's interesting. Again, reinvesting for the future. Reinvesting for the future. But again, you know, there's still a lot of things that we can moan about the club and the way that things are being run now, which we'll come on to in a minute. But obviously, we're going to talk about everything else before we come on to the West Ham stuff. As you guys know, we talk about everything, not just football. I try and keep the West Ham stuff about halfway through the programme. Lawrence has now said evening. Good evening. Tommy says I'd love Attenborough to have a go at football commentary. Love that. That's a cracking idea. How would that go? It's like, and here we have running down the flanks, 27-year-old, or what was it? 27-year-old Aaron Cresswell with a beautiful ball in. Tommy, if you watched Spit and Image on BritBox, the first series that this year. The new series, I should say. It's brilliant. Having David Attenborough social media in is hysterical. So, this fucking Instagram. Brilliant. If you haven't watched it, mate, watch it. It's so funny. Gary says watch Bulletproof's new series on Sky. And Marlsey says, when watching The Royal Family, love that show. Craig, Cash and Ralph Little. Yeah, very funny. Very, very funny. Mick's been watching The Mandalorian Series 2. Yeah, I watched that over the summer, mate. Or early autumn, I should say. Very good. Very, very good. Gary says, Mick Smith, best ending ever. Bit of fan service, to be honest with you. But you know, yeah, it is. You got Kent Hammers. I'm waiting till the window shuts before I moan. Yeah, well, we've got 4 days left, mate. 4 days? Sunday or Monday Monday evening, I think, isn't it? So five. Where are we? It's Wednesday now, so four and a bit days, 4.5 days. But yeah, I would love to. But honestly, Tommy, get yourself, if you haven't already done so, have a look on the YouTube channel, because I'm sure the clip's up of him being on Instagram and it's just that it gets me. It gets me absolutely in fits. It really does. It's just, it's very, very funny Spit and Image anyway, but the David Attenborough voice is absolutely spot on. Really is good. Jay Yaz says, evening mate, good to see you again. Regal C says, I miss Grogu. Well, rewatch them. Rewatch them. It's the whole point. Gary says, moan in Moyes, we believe. Yeah, we're not moaning about Moyes. It's the way the club runs, the bigger picture, which again we'll come on to in a little while. Andy says, debating about dinner, don't know what to get from chip shops, so been so bad after my Nando's lunch, I left myself go big time. Well, at the end of the day, mate, there's fuck all else we can do at the minute, isn't there, unfortunately. Tommy says, watch Netflix shows about the Yorkshire Ripper and the Night Stalker. Both have been brilliant. Lawrence has said he's been watching crime programmes himself. Fair dues. What else? Okay, yeah, so, it's great to see over the last couple of weeks that the COVID numbers of new cases have been coming down, but they're still nowhere near as low as we would all like. They are still massively high. It's like 25,000 new cases, 25,000 odd new cases recently. And the death toll, unfortunately, is gone to over 100,000 people. Now, I know we won't be seeing Andy Walsh for a little while, bless him, because if you're watching the replay, I know I commented on it on the Twitter feed, and Andy Walsh is unfortunately, him and his family lost his father-in-law to COVID a few days ago. So my condolences, Andy, if you're watching the replay, or if you're just watching now and you're not commenting. Really sorry to see that, mate. And as I said when I replied to your tweet, I'm here for you. Message me, talk to me whenever you want, mate. Really do. Just it's hard times, and say we're all part of the West Ham family, and we're all here for each other. So I'm here for you, fella. And anyone else, for that matter, has lost any family members to COVID, or just want to talk in general, because I'm not going to lie, I've been really stressed this week, really stressed, and it's only Wednesday. Really having a lot of problems this week, with a few things personally as well as professionally. Well, I say professionally, but more personally. But as I say, we're all struggling in our own way. So. That's we're all here for each other. And Andy Miles is saying, sorry Andy, here if you need anything. Peach is saying, much love, Andy. Good, thank you guys. I'm sure we'll appreciate that. Regal C says, this year is a write-off. We need to accept it, unfortunately. Well, last year, 2020, was a write-off, and it looked like it's certainly looking that way, mate. Certainly looking that way. And Kieran's giving his love to Andy as well. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so now there is talk about Boris Johnson site in the X Live website. Says, with the country still under national lockdown restrictions, the Prime Minister confirmed that he would look at potentially relaxing certain aspects of lockdown before the 15th of February. He added the government will also be deciding before that date whether schools can reopen. This obviously went up yesterday, so that's obviously not the case. Now, however, he refused to say exactly when schools will actually return and refused to rule out classrooms reopening after Easter. It remains unclear that Mr Johnson meant by looking at easing restrictions, but it is unlikely this refers to discussions rather than actually easing restrictions. And it's going to happen, to be honest with you. It is absolutely going to happen. Really is going to happen. He's going to have to talk first, talk to everybody before they make decisions. Where is he? Tommy asks, who most impressed you against Palace, JP? It's hard to pick out, mate, if I'm honest. Creswell for calling Atwell a bell end live on telly as he took the throw in. That impressed me a lot. Fornell's and Ben Rama's work rate was just unreal. What else? Who else I should say? I thought, Souček, fantastic performance. Rice, fantastic performance. We covered this in the watch along last night, Tommy. But obviously, I know you weren't watching. You're probably watching another channel doing it, which is fine. But as I said, there's a lot of. It's hard to pinpoint. It really is hard to pinpoint, mate. It says, if anyone wants cheering up, the Panini sticker is out. We lived for the album when I was at school. Yeah, mate, but it's going to cost like 600 quid, apparently, to complete it. There was an article that went up about it a few weeks ago. To say that without swapsies, as we used to do, it's going to cost about 630, 40 quid, something like that. It's a ridiculous amount of money, man. So I hope your kids aren't I'm begging you for it, because you ain't going to be able to renew your season ticket next season, son. Lawrence says the Pope kept us out, Tommy. That was very impressive. Yeah, Antonio. You know, if his shots were properly on target, he could have had 4. He generally could have had 4. Again, loved his work rate. And he says, I'm very lucky I can go to my own office at work a couple of days of the week, and I can get out of the house. I'm here if anyone wants to talk. Cool, Andy. Kenton says, every player at least 8 to 10 last night. Yep, agreed. Tom says, I don't actually watch any watch-alongs, mate. And that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You know, they're not for everybody. But you know, they can be quite a good laugh last night. With a few things, you know, we had Ethan in who's a Spurs supporter. We had Paul, who's an Arsenal supporter, and just talking about a few things, and it was quite, you know, it's nice. I like it when fans from other football teams come in and just don't be a dick, just come in and just have a chat. You know, it's good. I like that. Kieran says their left back looked okay. Did you notice JP? Yes, Mitchell. You know, almost had an own goal from looking at the replays, watching Match of the Day last night. But yeah, I said Mitchell's one to watch out for. I think he played very, very well last night, very, very well. And I might actually try and catch some other Palace games if I can, to see how he gets on for the rest of the season. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he's I wouldn't be at all surprised if in a few years' time we're looking at him. It's a real shame to see that Demarai Gray, who's a winger that I've been saying for a long, long time, ever since Leicester, that season when Leicester won the title, was it 6 years ago now? Demarai Gray is a player that I really, really have rated right from day one. Even, you know, when he was making about 2 or 3 appearances a season, right from the start, he's really impressed me. And now he's going to. I can't remember. Well, Kent will probably tell us where he's going, but he's going abroad, which is a real shame because I would love to have him. I'd love to have him at West Ham. Be brilliant. It'd give Ben Rama a lot of competition down that left-hand side, and Fornells. He genuinely would. And we've also got somebody else coming in potentially that's going to give him some. That's going to give him some competition, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. Regal says, I rely on my workmates for swapsies, so no way I can do it this year. Yeah, says, I had Antonio and Creswell on my fantasy team, so I was fuming. Yeah, Antonio got an assist. Creswell, I think Creswell might have got an assist as well, for that matter. Sold Suchek a week before as well, said yes. Silly man. You're not the first one, mate. You ain't going to be the last, unfortunately. Regal, Chelsea supporter. So, let us know what you think about Fat Frank being sacked, mate. Let us know. Because we are going to talk about that in a few minutes' time. So, let us know what you think about it. Andy Marsley says, Dawson versus Zaha, highlight the game. Yeah, you know, Zaha only went down to ground 4 times in the 90 minutes. Impressive from the bloke. Tommy says, I'm still worried about the lack of goals from our attacking midfielders. They need to start chipping in. Agreed. It's not for the one to try. No, Fornells really tried last night. I thought he tried really, really hard. And Ben Rama's bowing as well. They're trying, but they're just getting blocked a few times. That's a sad thing. Kent says, Mitchell got caught out with the Thomas's first goal. He did, yeah, but he's a kid. He's very, very young. Very, very young. And talking to young boys, hello, Jake. Good evening, mate. Jake, do you fancy popping on, mate? Do you fancy popping on? Be nice to have a chat with you if you're not having dinner or anything. Marcus, good evening, mate. Just finished work. Hope I ain't missed much. Still buzzing from last night. Come on, you wines. Yeah, good to see you again, mate. Jazz says, Fat Frank spent 200 million and they were 8th. Not good. Yeah, it's the bigger picture, really. I mean, that is what Chelsea are known for. They are known massively for sacking managers at the first opportunity. You know, I said when the appointment was announced, was it 18 months ago, however long it is now, that it was a PR signing. And it's a no-lose situation for Lampard. If he does well in his first season, which he did, then it makes him look good. And if he gets, I don't really see what the hoo-ha is with Chelsea this season. You know, it's just yes, all right, they're behind us, but better teams are behind us at the minute as it stands at the minute. So everybody. Kent says Damari Gray by Leverkusen. JP, yep, yeah, I know it was by something. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if it was Bayern or by Leverkusen. It was one of the two. Jake says not tonight. Sorry, mate, but we'll come on at some point. Not worries, mate. I'm happy to schedule it in at any point. If so, message me on. I don't think you're on. Don't think you're on Twitter. So message me on Instagram because I know you follow the channel account. So message me. We'll sort something out, fella. Yeah. But yeah, all right. So let's just jump into it while we are still talking about Fat Frank. Now I've said for a long time, that Dex isn't going to Chelsea, and I've been proven right in this window, and I've been proven right in the summer. It would be very unusual for Roman Abramovich to go in for a player that he allowed to go. He's not that sort of manager. He's not that sort of owner. Otherwise, they would have gone back for Mahrez. They would have gone back for De Bruyne. Do you know what I mean? They would have, yeah. So. Nah, I don't know. I don't believe that Lampard's pursuit of Rice is as factually true as everybody's saying. I know it's in the Athletic and they are very reliable sources, but I think it was just one of the many reasons why they let him go. I genuinely think it's more the point. That's more the point that. But as I say, it's a no lose situation for Lampard. Let's not forget he's only been a manager for 2.5 seasons. That's it. He's got 20 odd years, no more than that in fact. I mean, he's only a couple of years older than me, so he's got 20. He's got 25. He's got pretty much a quarter of a century left to go out and manage other teams, get better experience. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he goes abroad. To be honest, I genuinely think he's going to go abroad to somewhere in Spain or somewhere like that, Italy. Just get better experience under his belt. Tony says it was great that we won, but it was so enjoyable to watch football. Watch the football we played, loving it. Yeah, Tony, it's a fantastic game last. We've never gone. Where are we? Yeah, we've never gone January unbeaten. Not in my memory. Kent might be able to pick me up on when the last time that happened, but we've never dropped. Well, I've never seen us drop points that I can remember in January. January we always struggle in. So don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely fucking buzzing that we are 4th and potentially going to be probably 5th Thursday night, depending on the Liverpool Spurs, Spurs Liverpool, whichever way round it is, result. So it's going to be good. Regal C says the statistic that shocked me most is that Frank is the 5th longest standing manager in 15 managers. Yeah. That's how bad things are, mate, in the football. But this is what the Premier. And you will come on to your comment. I'll talk about it in a second. This is what the Premier League's like nowadays, mate. It is literally get rid of them at the first available point, and that's half the problem. It shouldn't be like that. It's the two Davids learnt that error with Moyes, and hopefully they're not going to do it again. Andy says, for me, I think if he had a bit more. He had a bit more hard man stroke experienced person on his coaching staff would have helped him, to be honest. Yeah, I totally agree. I think Kent said it. Saying that he would love to see him go into the England setup. Great shout. Great shout. Get some fantastic experience out of that. Really would. My only worry is why he hasn't signed his new contract. Gary, who are you talking about there, mate? Looks like Rice. Yeah, Rice. Well, I don't know if the club have actually given him a new one yet. Regal. Firstly, I don't think Frank is that fat, but I did think it was too early at the time. He'll be back. Of course he will. He's good friends with Abramovich. Always has been. But Fat Frank is a terminology we use because he is not as, he's as fat as I am now, but at the time he was a bit porky when he left West Ham. He was. Tommy says Lampard was out of his depth. Agreed. Getting the Chelsea job was far too soon for him. Got some great experience out of it though. Really good experience. Kieran says, I always thought Frank was a fill-in manager through the embargo. Good point. Very good point. Kent Hammers, the writing was on the wall for Lamps as soon as he spent dough this summer. He spent a female deer. This summer he was in a no-win situation. Yeah, he was, because he was going to go at some point. He was going to go. Clout and Big Blue, welcome guys. Nice to see you. I think the Liverpool game could end up possibly being make or break for if we make a strong European push through the end of the season. If we can get ahead of them by it'd be massive. Well, this is the thing, fella. I'm glad you said this, because watching Moyes' interview after the game, he said it on more than one occasion, and I said exactly the same thing. I've been saying it. Small steps. Small steps. He just wants to try and win as many games as he wants. He's not focusing on... because me and Marshy talked about this Monday night. Personally. Rather not on the channel, but between the two of us. It's small steps. Small steps. Try and aim for every game that you're trying to win. That's it. That's it. Kieran says, all my life we've been poor. After Christmas is a nice change. Agreed. Yeah, Gary, I thought you were talking about rice, mate. Kent, not sure if we went unbeaten, but 05-06 we had a real good run in January. Actually, let's have a look. Oh, come on. Right, so West Ham 05-06 January results. As you know, geezer. I never say you're wrong in any shape or form. But as you're not confident, where are we? So January. So January 2nd of January 2006, we lost at Chelsea at home 3-1. 14th of January hang on, where are we? Yeah. So 14th of January 2005, 2-1. We won 2-1 away at Villa. I don't know. Hang on. Did we not play any other games in 2005 according to this? So 2006 is the remaining of them. 23rd of January, 2-1 over Fulham. We beat Arsenal 3-2 at their ground in February. So yeah, it's not many. FA Cup. We beat. It's January 2006. 7th of January, we beat Norwich 2-1 at their place. 28th of January, 4-2 over Blackburn Rovers. So yeah, not far off, mate. Not far off. Gary says, isn't this the best January ever? It certainly seems to be that way at the minute, mate. Rhoda and Tony says, Fowler managed over here in Oz and was doing really well with a poor team, but went home when COVID arrived. Lampard would do well here. Again, there's nothing wrong with that in any shape or form, man. Nothing wrong. Regal says, I live in Oxford. Always rumours that he would take that job. I think it would be a good move. Yeah. Jake says, Peach my G. Big love going on between Jake and Peach. Always good. Kieran says, Lampard to Newcastle. Maybe Rafa Benitez might be back. Because Benitez left a few weeks ago, last week, didn't he? He left his post, so to speak. Eden, hello mate. So maybe Lampard to Newcastle. Maybe Benitez to Newcastle. I haven't seen anything since that it was confirmed, because I know Benitez was linked with getting the Celtic job, I think, or the Rangers job, one of the two. But okay, so guys, as we haven't had one for a couple of weeks, let's switch over to let's properly switch it over to West Ham now. Give me your thoughts on the Burnley, West Brom, and the Doncaster result, because obviously we've touched on Palace a bit already. So yeah, let us know. Let me know your thoughts on each of those games, mate, guys. While we talk about the Moderna vaccine, because it came out recently, within the last couple of days. Is it that? No. Came out within the last couple of days that the Moderna vaccine is the most effective against the new variants of COVID. So this could be really, really good. This could be really, really good from that point of view. It could be very, very good from that point of view. With you know, because it means that the Moderna will probably be a little bit more widespread than anything else. And yeah, interesting. See what happens. I'm keeping a very, very close eye on what's going on with that. So Jake says, glad to see Big Fat Frank gone for Rice's sake. As I said, Jake, before around about the time you clocked in, fella, Rice was never going. Never going. It was always paper talk. Always paper talk. Just people just being saying, you know, just you doing the lazy links all the time. The lazy links. And as I'm hoping I can still bring Kent's up. Yep, I can. So guys, we'll bring that up in a minute. But guys, thoughts on the last 4 games? Burnley, West Brom, Donny, and Eden. Give us your thoughts on Palace as well, for that matter. You know, it's unusual that we've had 5 games so far, and we've won. You know, in the Premier League, and we've only drawn 2 and we've won 3. This is unprecedented times. Now I know that was a phrase that was used a lot last year, and still is to a degree, but this is unprecedented times from a West Ham point of view. Kent, you're just about to say exactly what I was about to say, mate. Well done. Simpatico, you and me, mate, a lot of the time. No complaints, grinded the games out and won with style in others. Mark of a good team. Yeah, absolutely. Fight everywhere. And as Yaz said to Nicky, you know, everyone's playing for each other now. That's what we... Hang on. What the fuck's going on there? Here we go. Yeah, that's what we want. See, look, the wig's coming out again. You know, this is the thing, is that, you know, there's no, even Moyes has said it, you know, there's no individuals out there anymore. They're all playing as a team. They're all working for each other. They're hungry, and he said he can sense more, and we haven't. And to quote Moyes, we haven't scratched the surface yet. And even Hodgson after the game said he was never confident that they would get anything out of the game, because he could sense that West Ham were playing well, were playing for each other, weren't even scratching the surface. Both managers said it. And hats off to the pair of them. I know Hodgson gets his critics quite a fair bit, but yeah, you know. Oh, Andy, thank you very much, mate. Donated to Sky. Thanks very much. Skydiver. A $5 for those youngsters in the great games. Don't play well and get results. This is an Everton team under Moyes. Ooh, and JP, have another beer. I am too. Cheers, mate. Much appreciated, fella. But as Jake says, wins the wins, JP. I'm loving life. Yeah. Don't get used to this, fella. Really, really don't. You know, because it's great. It's great how we're getting results. It genuinely is great how we get results. Kent says, I thought Hodgson's interview was brilliantly honest. He always is. He always is, when he's beaten in the manner that we beat him. So, you know, he's a humble man. He gets a lot of criticism from people. Some of it's justified, some of it's not. But yeah, he's you know, Wade was quite honest with that. He said, you know, I could tell from the start that, you know, West Ham were the better team, especially in the second half. Blah blah blah. You know, and it's typical that we would concede right at the death. Even with a few seconds to go, I'm sure a few people, including Tony, were still spitting feathers about it. But yeah, it's not too bad. Things can, and I agree with Moyes, things can only get better. They really can. We missed a lot of sitters and still didn't lose. That's the thing, Lawrence. Totally agree with you, fella. You know, we're not that defensively resilient as we have been for the last couple of games. There's sloppy errors from Creswell for both goals. If I'm totally honest with you, thought he could have done better for Zaha's goal, and I thought he could have done better for Lacazette's goal as well. I thought he should have been a bit tighter for both of them, but you know, we got the 3 points, and as Jake says, a win's a win. Kieran says that I'm Moyes' biggest critic, but I'm starting to believe he deserves a lot of credit. He does, because he is under immense pressure at the moment. Under immense pressure because the club are being as tight as they possibly can. And now, we'll talk about it now. Right? So, as Kent said right at the start, I hadn't ignored it, mate, because you know me, I don't ignore anybody's comments. Just trying to find it again. Welcome, Benny, full time. Apparently, I don't actually. Let me just double check the website. I don't think it's actually been officially confirmed yet. Where are we? No, it hasn't been officially confirmed yet. But Benny McCarthy's permanent deal has been done, and I've got a funny feeling we're gonna because apparently, even though Man United are not happy that we're only paying £1 million for the loan fee, which is, I think they want about 4 or 5 if I remember correctly. Then bam, you know, that's the only drawback of it. But Lingard, as I said last night, is going to be great options. You know, the kid can play right wing, left wing, attacking mid, centre mid, second striker, centre forward. You know, he could be, in a way, he could be the workhorse that Jack Wilshere was before he came to us, and he could be the Wayne Rooney of the early days of Man United, where he was all over the place in every position in the midfield, and that's where. You bloody put the message up, man. But Benrahma can seriously be all over the. Lingard can be all over the field, and would link up beautifully with Benrahma, Fornals, Lanzini, Bowen, whoever we get in. So on the pitch, options from the bench, of course. Nice that we're slowly starting to get that. You know, we're slowly starting to get players that come on and change the games for the better, and rather than play games for the worse. Oh dear. But yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, I didn't want Moyes when he came in. This time was end of November, beginning of December 2020. Didn't want him. 19 I should say. Didn't want him at all. Didn't think it was the right move. It's proved me wrong. It's proved everybody wrong. And Dom, God bless him. I was about to say God rest his soul then, but for some random reason, but God bless him. He's been saying, even he's been putting up on Twitter that he's been eating a lot more humble pie recently because of how well a job Moyes is doing. Now, this is the thing. For those that are watching and have been critical of anybody criticising the board, results on the pitch have nothing to do with what's going on behind the scenes. What everybody's unhappy about. I'm not saying we should be pushing for for Europe in every single January. Absolutely not, because we all know this is a rarity. We're not going to sustain this for long. We will still win games. We'll still lose games between now and the end of the season, which is the 23rd of May, if I remember correctly. I put my hands up. I rewatched my live broadcast of when the fixtures came out and the amount of points that I said I think we'd get by the end of the season. I said no more than 37 points. We're 2 away from that. I said about no more than 37, 38 points. We're 2 or 3 points. We're 1 win away from smashing my target that I thought we would get. But we all worried. We all genuinely worried, and I'm going to say, I got it wrong. I'm more than happy to say I got it wrong with that. Milesy says, the one thing for me is defence. When we get back to back 4, I was worried. Proved me wrong. Well done, Moyes and his staff. A special mention to Dawson. Well played, sir. Yep, he's absolutely. And as what's his name? The little Herbert on Match of the Day last night said, he's bringing in players that were people wouldn't think wouldn't attach to West Ham, and in the same way that he brought in players to Everton, and it's worked fantastically well. Ken says, I fear for Palace once Roy leaves. There's a massive building job there. Absolutely, completely agreed. Peaks is showing his love for Dawson. Thought I'd put that up again. Yeah, it's, Andy says, what a game at Turf Moor, not Turk Moor. That Turk Moor's something different. Villa 2-1 up now, 3-2 down. Interesting. So, yeah, it's 0-0 between Chelsea and Wolves. No surprise there. And Brighton Fulham 0-0 as well. That's 8 minutes on the clock for that game. 75 for Chelsea and 3-2 at Burnley Villa. Yeah, strange. Turf. My bad. Been a long day. Don't have to worry about it, mate. I've seen a lot worse than people who don't correct it. Ken says, I didn't want Moyes to go first time. Moyes is a good gaffer. Pellegrini was a dinosaur. He was the champagne signing that the board thought we wanted. That's the thing. That is the real thing. And but yeah, you never know. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Jake says, I think we feared relegation at the start of the season, especially after the sale of Dean Garner. Absolutely agree with you, mate. Completely. I was very, very fearful. Richie said, no points in October and we'll be into relegations scrap. And so you never know. Yes, Stephen Warnock, thank you very much, mate. Brian Scenario, hello, mate. Good to see you. West Ham number 4. That's good. Das is good. Yeah, das is good. So yeah, as I said, we've now the majority of the February fixtures have been changed. But there's still a few things that are left. So this is the February lineup, guys. All right. So for the broadcast, out of the 5 fixtures we've got in February, only 3 of them have had TV deal times confirmed yet. So Aston Villa away, 3rd of February. It's on BT Sport, 8:15 kickoff. Saturday the 6th of February, Fulham away, Sky Sports at Craven Cottage. As it stands at the moment, 3 o'clock Sheffield on the Sheffield at home on the 13th of February. 20th of February, West Ham Spurs, again 3 o'clock. And 27th of February, Man City away, BT Sport, 12:30 kickoff. So I don't know why those 2 fixtures haven't been decided yet. It's a bit stupid, considering there's 3 other ones that have been decided. So they need to pull their fingers out pretty quickly, because it's not that far away. It's only a couple of weeks away before we play Sheffield United at home. They need to pull the fingers out. Sky and BT and Amazon and that. They really need to get that sorted out very, very quickly. Andy says, bet Moyes won't get manager of the month, but I hope he does. More than likely, fella. You're absolutely right on that one. Brian says, Lingard was rumoured to move to West Ham from Man United. Apparently it's 95%. The deal's been arranged. It's obviously got to, but we'll have to wait and see with that. Let's see. Well, Jake says, I hate the 6 o'clock kickoffs, if I'm being honest. Yes, I'm not a big fan of them as well, mate, because I've got to rush around. I finish work at 5:30. I've really got to rush around and get things sorted out. It's a real pain. Andy says Spurs is one because Europa League is either Sunday or Monday. Fair point. That's a good point. But even so, they still need to sort themselves out. Armo, welcome back, mate. Hope you're right here. These schedule makers need to fix that. Agreed. Kieran says he hates them as well. It's 4 AM start for him. Brian says, are you happy with Lingard coming to this fantastic West Ham squad? If he does, yeah, as I said, he's gonna show a lot of competition for a lot of people. He's an option off the bench if he's not on the starting 11. It could be very, very good, but I'm not gonna beef it up because I don't really know what he's going to be like within the squad. Nobody knows. This is why I hate when people do stat comparisons. I mean, someone put up about Lingard in 133 appearances, compared it with Lanzini, and Lanzini's tally is better than his. Well, it's irrelevant because he's not playing in the same team. It's completely irrelevant. Kent says, I hope Moyes doesn't get manager of the month because a lot of teams lose next game. Fair point, but I know Moyes is going to want to keep the momentum going. Now, of course, for anyone that doesn't know, Man United away in the Cup in the 5th round on the 10th of February is a 7:45 kickoff. In case you were wondering. So, for the Patrons, as always, now I've got this gone back to using StreamYard, the Patreons will be able to hear the my FA commentary, my radio commentary that I'll be doing exclusively for it, and then straight after the game we'll have a instant reaction as well. So yeah, because I need to try and do something for the Patreons. I feel bad that you guys are paying me and I'm not really be able, apart from giving you guys 24 hours access before exclusive access before the previews go up on YouTube. I can't really do much else. My hands are really tied at the minute. Because I'm just not getting enough money in to get the things that I want to do, but we do, but it will come. So, even if you want to support me for a couple of quid a month, you'll still get access to the previews, even though not many people are watching them. Armo asks, why hasn't Dawson not been a permanent deal? Surely he deserves it. The reason why, mate, is because he's under more of a test than Ben Rama is. Because Ben Rama was meant to be a permanent signing in the summer, but there's a medical problem, and that medical problem seems to have gone away, which is now and plus his performances he's been putting in, which is why now he's getting a permanent deal, and why Moyes is trying to get Lingard in. But I wouldn't be at all surprised if Dawson keeps going the way he's going. I wouldn't be at all. Hang on, sorry, I've got really itchy nose for some random reason. I wouldn't be at all surprised if Dawson keeps going the way he's going. He's announced as a new signing within a couple of days of the end of the season, like we did with Souček. Brian asks, which player makes you happy with their performance at West Ham? It's hard, mate. It's hard to narrow it down. Rice, Souček, Soufal, Ben Rama. He's been making me very happy. Full Nails. The easier question is who's been disappointing me, mate, and there really isn't. Really isn't. Kent says I don't do stats, JP. I don't like stats. Stats are only half the story, which is why I try not to incorporate a lot of them, because they don't. It's nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Jake says you know everything, Kent. He does, man. He's a walking encyclopedia. Lingard could be a great signing if we get him, says Andy Miles, on the loan and option to buy. I think his contract has been extended for 1 year. He can play in multiple positions. That's what we were talking about earlier, mate. Yep. So I don't know. Maybe you rewound and repeat what I did. Armo says JP, you and Ben Glander should collab on a video. I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to. I don't get a lot of free time, unfortunately. But if Ben's up for it, if you're watching the I don't know if you know. I don't even know that. I don't think he knows even the channel even exists. To be honest with you, and he's done amazingly with his channel. He's got more viewers more subscribers in 4 months than it's taken me in 3 years, man. He's absolutely smashing it. Great. He does a great channel as well. London, amazing to 2021. Welcome. Always good to see new faces. Ben Rama makes it bright for West Ham. He does, man. Completely. Armo says the only stat that matters is did you win or not. Exactly. Exactly right. Exactly right. And he says JP, we can JP WHU TV party when we can. Yeah, well, yeah. I want to. We said it during the summer when you started watching the channel. Once we'll all get together at some point and have a big piss up. It'd be fantastic, great fun. Thank you very much, Armo. If you think that, then share it. Get people on to watch it. I can only do so much. It's you guys make the channel, and it's you guys that give me the support. So I can only share it as much as I can. So get people to follow the account on Twitter. Get people to subscribe to the channel on YouTube. It's back on Fan Vibe as well. If anybody uses that, even though it's pretty pointless to a degree. Kent says people should use their mince pies to look at players instead of stats and videos. 100%, mate. Totally agree with you. It's a picture, same thing, mate. Spread the word. Share this video now. Share it on Twitter. Share it on WhatsApp. Share it on whatever format you want to use. Send it over to people, because I can only do so much to promote this channel. It's word of mouth that does it. I mean, I don't think because Graham from Knees Up Mother Brown was very supportive of the channel in the proper early days when I narrowed it down just to West Ham content. He was very supportive and was able. I don't think he's putting my videos up anymore because I'm not getting the traffic that I used to, which is fine. I haven't got an issue with it, but it's it's the way. I mean, YouTube is very sort of bum. You know, it's very sort of flavour of the month stuff. And but no, you know, he's just focusing. They're focusing, and quite rightly so, on their own YouTube channel, and totally understandable. So you know, I need your support. And you guys supporting me via Patreon really helps as well. Only 4 people, so it's not a huge amount coming in, but it pays for my Now TV access for every month, and you know, so there's a little one less thing I have to worry about. But yeah, but as I say, just push it over to everybody else. Spread the word, guys. Ken, put links up on your Facebook page. You know, just little things like that. It helps. Armo, Scott Parker or Frank Lampard to be the future West Ham manager, or a future West Ham manager. Too early to saying both careers, mate. Way too early. I said it before when both of them started managing in the Premier League. Take their playing ability out of the equation, because being a good player or decent or a fantastic player doesn't make you a good manager, or doesn't make you a fantastic manager. They are two totally separate things. Jose Mourinho himself on the Amazon Prime program about Spurs said, when I was a player, I was a shit player in a shit league, but he's one of the best managers in the world. Sir Alex Ferguson was a terrible midfielder, if I remember correctly, but tactically brilliant. It's just 2 totally different things. Kent says, that's what I like about Moyes. He's always going to games and looking at players, well, as much as he can. JP says, maybe. Andy says, JP, maybe do a phone in one night. Could be a good way to get people into. Yeah, and that's one of my plans for the future. You know, that's Hammers Chat's thing, and that's what used to be Claret and Blue Army's thing as well. Don't like doing the same mode that everybody else is doing. I like to try and do things a little bit differently. There is a WHU radio station that I've set up on Anchor, which is going to have podcasts on it and everything. And there's a lovely piece of kit I need to get in order to have a proper phone, and it's going to be a proper phone in. You know, I'm literally going to have people phoning in on the phone, and it's just going to be audio, like a radio. It's going to be like a talk radio style. It's going to be a bit like TalkSport. I'm going to try and set it up a bit like TalkSport, but just have it concentrated purely on West Ham for an hour, or however long the content can run for. But I need somebody to host it with me, of course. Ken says Villa lost, JP. Absolutely, that's a shame. Yeah, lost to Burnley 3-2. So the table as it stands at the minute, Burnley are now 15th, so I haven't really changed in the table positions. And Villa are 10th. Yeah, 10th on 29 points. Burnley 22 points at 15th. So 7 points separating 5 places. It's very tight, very tight. Armo asks, how does a club like Chelsea, who sack a manager every season, still go on to hire good managers? The money, mate. I guarantee Tuchel is going to be a very is going to be on a very decent wage. Very decent wage. London Art says Ben Rama will do what Mahrez did to Leicester. Explode, I think you meant there. Very possible. Very possible. And he says, I understand that we can come up with an idea, mate. I'll have a think. Cool, if you want to join. Yeah, as I say, this is predominantly my channel, but at the same time, you know, I wouldn't. It's all, everybody interacts in the same way. You know, it's good. And yeah, I'm talking to Marsha about doing podcasts and stuff. But if we can try and arrange a chat of a West Ham phone in, where it's literally people phoning me up, or I send a link out for people to click on their phones, so it's just purely audio. Be very good. Armo says Villa loss is good for us. Well, they're 6 points behind us, mate. With where are we? With 2 games in hand, so technically still yes, it is. But even if they win, if they win their catch-ups and we continue to blitz it, they're still going to be behind us. Lawrence says, get Sully on your phone in. I'd love to have him on. I'd absolutely love him to have him on. Robert Singleton, good to see you again, Robbie. Hope you're alright. And 1 of Villa games in hand against us. Come on, you irons. Yeah, they are. It is, mate. Yeah. Andy Miles says, Dr. JP, man for your needs. No, that's it from my side of things. We've got 5 minutes left, guys. Give me your thoughts on everything. Is there anything that you want to talk about? Because I say that's pretty much everything that I wanted. So this is what I mean, guys. I mean, I've made my notes over the last couple of weeks, and even with that, the majority of this conversation has been what you guys want to talk about. So, and it's fun, which is what this is all about. As the intro video says, is that it's an open Q&A. It's an open Q&A. So you ask me stuff, I talk to you, and you answer the questions that I'm putting to you, etc., etc. So yeah. Armo says, what would you do if West Ham won the league? Mate, I don't know what I would do, if I'm completely honest with you. Well, I would absolutely hope that it would happen while we're on a live watch along, mate. Get involved. Yeah, you haven't been on there for a while, which is again totally understandable. You got your things to do. Armo says, I'm so disappointed that we still don't have a new striker at the club. We're not going to. The closest we'll have is a Lingard. Is the Lingard deal. That's as close as we're getting. London Amazing says West Ham for Champions League. Not yet. Not yet. We'll have to wait and see first, mate. Kent's got to go. Cheers, mate. Hope enjoy the rest of your week, fella. Jake says, have a party. Non-alcoholic for me, of course. I'm sure it will be alcoholic for you lot. Yeah. I won't say anything in case your dad's watching, mate. I won't say anything. Alright, we'll run naked into the snow. Horses for courses, mate. And he says, 4th place for FA Cup. FA Cup for me. Well, FA Cup for me too, man. We need to build in the league. We need to have a decent run in the league. We need to have a decent run in the FA Cup. I'll take FA Cup. We literally, and I'm not joking on this, we genuinely haven't won it since the day I was born. Literally, 10th of May 1980, when we beat Arsenal in the FA Cup. With that Trevor Brooking header. That's it. That's the last time, and that was the day I was born. In my entire lifetime, we haven't seen it. We haven't won it since. We came very close to winning the League Cup final the following year when we got beaten by Liverpool. But yeah, Kieran absolutely kind of gives my answer on that. We would get mullered. We would absolutely get mullered. TSC was angry. Palace scored in the first few seconds to make us look like we was holding on. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, it was 2.5 minutes, 2 3/4 minutes in. But yeah, I know what you mean. It was painful to watch. And as I said, Zaha turned Ogbonna. Creswell didn't close him down in time. Bam, goal. That's what happens. What beer you got, JP? It's not beer, mate. It's cider. Again, it's that toffee side of the stuff from Tesco's. It's really nice. Kieran says, when you was born, JP, I was still celebrating the win. Certainly showing your age there, fella. Certainly showing your age. But yeah. Armo says, got to go, JP. I've been ill for a while. Love you, can't wait for the next live stream. Well, I hope you feel better, mate. Next live stream will be either the Fantasy League Roundup, which I know you're not in, or so therefore it will probably be the excuse me, probably be the Liverpool watch along. So try and grab it, get involved in that if you can. Because I know you've been out in Canada, you're 5 hours behind us, so you might be alright for that. But anyway, guys, it's pretty much 8 o'clock, so we'll wrap it up there as well. So everybody's leaving because we know it's coming up. So thanks, Andy. Thanks for your support, mate. If you're new around here, welcome. Please do hit the subscribe button. Try and get us back to well, trying to get us to 2,000 subscribers. Kim says he's 60 in 3 weeks. But yeah, in the meantime, guys, I say like the video, like the stream if you've enjoyed it, and yeah, the preview will be going up for for Andy and the Patreons. Sounds like a rock group, that Andy and the Patreons. That will be going up on Thursday night. It'll be available for everybody else on Friday night. We'll premiere it as well, so keep an eye out for that. Look after yourselves, take care, and I'll see you very soon. All the best.